So I'll link Bootstrap. So this is Bootstrap JavaScript. Alright, so here we just use scripts, source. I want to go to Bootstrap, yes, I want to make sure we link the minified version, which is this one. So we can save, and then from here, I'll use Lightsaber to design. Then when we are done, we can link it to our backend. Okay. So here we can do header. It's not really necessary, but we can do header. Okay, before I do header, right? Yeah, let's do header. So what I can do is H2 here and say, let's call it, what was it that we're designing? I know, like, what was the name of the app? Did I give it any name? Let's just call it, let's call it profile vision creation, profile creation. Okay, profile creation. All right, so that's what we can call it there, and which is fine. So here I can just quickly do some design. So I'll use Bootstrap. I'll just say bg dash primary, and want to add some padding, and yeah, and I want the text to be white. And we can see, let's go live and see what we have. So yeah, that's what we have. I think I'm zoomed in. Yeah, this is 100%. Yeah, this is supposed to be. So we can add menu and other things, which I'm not going to do. So it's okay like this. So let's go over to the body. So what I'm going to do, I want to copy everything here. Control A, right? Control C, and then I want to go to profile. I'm going to paste it there. Save. I'm going to go to forgot password. I'm going to paste it there. Save. And I'm going to go to sign up page. I'm going to paste it there and save. Now, the reason why I did this so that it will be easy for me, because there's a way you can work with templates. Look at that later when you're using some of this EJS or Handover or org. You can use templates and then you don't have to repeat yourself. But it's fine. So let's move on. So from here, the first thing I want to do is line break here. And I can just come over here and say form. And then we'll look at the action and the method in a minute. So, but for now, we can have a div. So this div is going to have a class of form dash div. Okay. So here we'll have a label for, let's say, user. This is login, right? Yeah. So let's use what? Let's use email and password to login, right? So let's say email. So here will be email. And then inside here we'll have the input type of email, and then we have a class of form dash control, and we can have a placeholder of enter email. Yeah. So here on the form itself, we can have a class. We have a class of form group. Form group. Now on the okay, before the form, sorry, I'm going to pick this guy called. I'm going to create a section. Inside this section, I'm going to paste that form I just collected now. Yeah, so after that, then here I want to add a class of container. Yeah, so that's it. So once I save, hopefully that should be fine. Yeah, so I have something like this, which is okay, which is fine. So let's move on. So from this form, the very first thing I want to do on the form is right here. I want to add caption for the form. I want to say login page or login form. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. And now I'm going to duplicate this into 2. So the next one, 1. So here, instead of email, we'll have password. Whoa, password. And then here should be password too. And then here should be password. And here should be password. So that's it. And then finally, what I want to do here is, okay, not finally, so I want to have a button. This button is going to be a submit button. And here, the type is going to be type of submit. And then the class is going to be what? Glory. The class, Bootstrap class for button. btn dash primary. Okay, so and now the last thing I want to do here is, okay, before the last thing, let's see what we have. Yeah, so this is what we have. We have a button. I'll have our form. Now this one I want to give it a border and make it look nice. So I need to go over to the form itself. On the class, I want to add a border. I want to add rounded because I want it to be round. I want to add a padding of 3 pixels. Now, if I do this and save, see that the form will be looking much better. See how it is now? So it's looking much better. Now, this is too close. This is too close here, so I want to push it down. So I'm going to give a space on the bottom. So what do? I'll add margin top, margin top 3. And now I want the bottom. So there's space there. I want this button to be all the way down here. I want it to be long. And I want the form to be smaller. The form is too big. So I want it to be smaller to the middle. So what do? 2 things. First of all, on the button, so the button can reach at the end, I'll just say colon. So co dash md dash 12. I've forgotten some of these things. So if you save, yeah, it's at the end. And then the form is too big, so I want to size it up, right? So I want to size, it's actually too big. I want to size it up somewhere around the middle here. And then to do that, what I can do is to come over to the form itself. And what I want to do on the form is to say column dash md dash let's try 4. Let's see. Yeah, so it's small now. Is it okay? It's okay, right? It's okay. Or let me say 5. Yeah, it's okay, right? So the next is to push it to the center. Who can tell me what to do that? Anyone? Nobody? Anyone? Nobody? Anyone? Nobody? It's under caption. Okay, I should center it, right? So I say set dash center. And let's make it bold. So let's make it H. Yeah. So save. It didn't work. No, I want to work on the caption. So this is the caption here. This is the caption. This guy. I want this guy to be at the center. I want it to be bold, but it's not responding. Let's try display. Display dash 3. Okay. Let's see. It's still not working. I don't know why it's doing that, but then look at what I will change it from caption, right? Yes, we're using Bootstrap. So I'm going to change this to H3. Yeah. So if you save, that's big. So I'm going to display 3. There's no need for this. Can remove this and save. Yeah, it's better. All right. So that is it on that. So we are done with that. So let's center the form at the middle of the page. So to do that, we're going to do something here. It's going to affect another, but it's fine. So I'm going to say deflex. So to display flex, first of all, so I'm going to say justify content center and align content center. So justify, there are so many ways, of course. Justify content center. I don't need that one. Abby? And then align items center. That should be correct. I don't know if it's not correct. Yeah. So one of them did not work. Align did not work. I think it's align item, not align items. You should push it down. Wait, let me see the one that did not work first. I'm gonna move this one. See? You see? This one did not work. So align, is it content? Abby? Align content. People are not even responding, Jehovah. I know it's been long I did all of these things. It's not moving down. I wanted to push it down, but that is what? You can do that. So margin top, let's do 3. I doubt if that will work. It won't work. Well, let's leave it. It's okay like this. It's okay like this. So that is our form. Now, to wrap up with our form, we need to tell the form where it will be submitted to. So before we be submitted, let's go to our backend and quickly understand where we are submitting the form. So index.js, from our backend, we are submitting the form. Where is the post route? Yeah, look at the post route here. Yeah. So this is where we're submitting our login form /login. That's where we're submitting. It's very simple. So we'll go back to our front end and say that we're going to /login. Now, recall from the last class, we said that you can do this and it will work. However, if you are running from different servers, what will happen? It's no longer going to work, right? So to do that, we have to add our HTTP protocol. You have a question? Come again, please. Okay, align content center. Okay, here. Okay, let's try that. In the form, okay, align content /center. That will not still work. It's doing me like I'm making mistake with the spelling. Is it this spelling of content or content? Let's see. It's supposed to push down. What? Or item. Let's see. Item. Items. Oh, what? That's not why I'm here today. So let me leave it. So our form, we want to make sure that it's submitting to HTTP with that S, and then we're going to localhost the login page. However, we need to add the port of 5,000. Have you? Yeah, 5,000. All right. So that is it. Port 5,000. For yes, yes, because the one we are running locally is not secure. So let's check that out. If you click here, this is the one we are running. If you click here, see that it is not secured. And if you check the link out, if I click on it, it doesn't. Why doesn't it? You know, let me just copy it and then paste it here. You see? So if I paste it here, you see, it doesn't have S. It doesn't have S, yeah. So that is why. Because we are running locally, so localhost doesn't have S. Doesn't have S. So if you want it to have S, there's a way you can do it to have S, but I'm going to teach us that later. In your system, you can actually secure it. Add some like a method. It's going to be secured. Alright. So that is our login page. We are done with the login page. The method, of course, is a post method. And that is it. So that is it, right? So there's nothing else to do here. Let's check everything's fine. So if I submit this form now, it's going to move. However, the further last thing we need to add is the name attribute. So from the here, we want to say the name is email, very important. And then the name here is password. Recall we call it password, not PWG. So that we're done with our login page. So we can close that. Now let's go back to our sign up page. Now to save time, I'm going to copy whatever we have in our login page, put it on sign up, and then okay, yes. So I'll come over here and copy the section. This is the only thing we have that is different from what we have in the front end. I mean the other one. Control C, and close that up, hide this, and then come over here under this. Okay, just put a line break there. Anyone? Paste. Now we have this thing. So this is no longer going to our sign up login page. It's now going to our sign up page. You know how I got the sign up, Abby? Yes. Sign up. The sign up is coming from here. For the case of those that we are not here in the last class, the sign up is coming from here. Yeah. Sign up. This is the get route. So we need to do the post route. Okay. The sign up post route. So I don't think we have sign up post route. So let's add the sign up post route. Where we're going to send that particular form. So this should be post route for sign up. All right. So what do we do? Abby, but post, and then what we want to post is what? /sign up. What else do we do? Request a response. And for now, we can just return. Let's just return. Let's just request .body for now. So let's just return that for now. We're going to work on that in a minute. So let's close that up. And that is it. That is it. All right. So here, and we've done that post method. So this is a sign up page, sign up form. Make sure that this is sign up page. Okay, so every other thing should be in place. And so we have email. Then before email, we have the username. Then we have password and confirm password, right? Yes. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to add uploading of images, pictures, and other things. You know, how to upload password, how to change profile picture, how to change password, and stuff like that. So that's what we are going to. So that's why I'm fast. So I can meet up with that. So we have username here. We have username, name. And beside this front end, I want to presume that all of us knows exactly what I'm doing. So there's no point. Um, so add username. All right. So that is what it is. Any mistake there? No. So move to. Oh, okay. So email is fine. Password is password. So I'm going to copy forget password. Copy this and paste for forget password. So for forget password, we're going to call it. I haven't made mistake in this password. So let's make sure this one is correct. And I think even the other one is wrong. We're going to fix it. So forget password should be confirm password. Confirm password. Sorry, not forget password. Confirm password actually. So the name we're going to call it C password. And yeah, it's enter password again, or whatever. So that is it. So name is C password. Remember, why the name of this one is just password, and the name of this one is email, and the name of this one is username. So that's what we'll have. Submit is still submit, and every other thing should be fine. Yeah. So we can also add error messages. We'll talk about that much later. In case it's wrong, you can do your validation, normal front-end validation, but we're going to be doing back-end validation. So we're getting that's the next thing we're going to do. And I think that's it. So let's check what we have. Go to our page, and then from here, oh, I'm going to let me add something. Well, from here, I'll just add a sign up. Yeah. So this is the sign up page. So we're going to add a link to if you have accounts, click on this, you know, that kind of a thing. I mean, it's not that necessary, but so as to help us to navigate between pages, right? So I'm going to come over here. Before the button, we can put a div. This div should be a class of form div. Okay. So inside here we can have an anchor tag. The anchor tag should take us to login. So we can just say login, right? So I'm going to cut everything here, Control X, and I'm going to put a paragraph. I'm going to say already have an account. Whoa, already have an account, login, right? So if you go back now, you see already have an account, login, something like this. Like I can easily click, and so if I click here, take me to the login page. Whoa. Slash. Okay, yeah. So there are two ways you can do this. I can actually, if I'm running that server, right? If I'm running the other server, it should just be slash login, and it should just take me there, right? But the backend server is not running. So let me just start up the backend server. So go to bash. You know that bash is a language. Do we know? Git bash. I told us before. Git bash. Bash is a language. It's a language we use in programming for doing something. So I have the bash language. It's one of the languages you must learn if you want to be a hacker. All right, so zoom in so we can see what we're doing. So we're going to cd into desktop, and from desktop, I think it's spell, Abby. Spell what? Yeah, no need to find it. All right, so clear this out, and let's see what is there. Okay, yeah, so that's what we have. So we can just start up our server. How do you start our server? Apple, anything around the. I'll keep asking us this into let's learn it. So our server is running on port 5000. Now that our server is running and I've done this, if I go back to this work, if I go back to this, if I go back to here now, let's make sure we refresh. If I just click on this link, it will take me to that place, right? Oh, wait, let's check if that's what we're actually doing in the backend. So in the backend, that slash login, is it taking us to the login page? Yeah, it's taking us to the login page. You can see that, right? Can we see? It's taking us to the login page. So the login HTML, that's where it's taking us to. So now if we go ahead and click that link, it will take us to the login page. Oh, sorry, it won't take us there. Why? Port. This one is 5,500, the other one is 5,000. We're using two different ports. So that is why. So if you freeze the port, it's going to work actually. So there's no point worrying about that. So it's going to work. I want to leave it this way. Or alternatively, you can just go /login.html. But I don't want to use HTML. I want to use pure backend, like it's a full stack application. So that's why I'm going to leave it like that. So I'm going to copy this code again, go to our login page. No, I'll be running from the backend very soon. So, but for now, I'll keep it here. I'll be running from the backend. So what I'm going to do is to come over to our login page again because I omitted something. The very first thing I want to do is to go to password, make sure this is correct, password. And then aside that, I want to add under here, I want to add a div. I'll say don't have an account. Don't have an account, sign up. So this should be /sign up. So let's make sure that route is also existing in our backend. Go to our backend and here we want to make sure that we have sign up routes. Do we have it? Yes, we do. But it's saying another thing. So let's serve that page. We are using it for something else. So let's serve that page. So I'm going to comment this out. I'm going to stay recover this thing in that video I'm going to do. So what we need to do is what? Response.what? Send file. And it's for response.send file. And what do I want to send? You know what? Let me copy this. Control C. Let's come over here and paste it. Yeah. And then what I want to send here is instead of login, I want to send sign up. Now, once we do that and see, now we don't even need live server anymore. With this now, we don't need live server. Our page will run without live server. Can we try that? Yes. So since our server is running, let's make sure it's still running. So let me stop live server. We won't be using live server anymore. Let's use our normal page. Since we created our own server, right? So let's do that. So so to do that, I'll just come over here and correct this thing from 5,000 to 5. So for 5,500 to 5,000. Then we're going to remove all these front end sign or just /login to give us the login page, yeah, and /sign up should give us the sign up page. Please, at this point, if you don't understand, I would like to interpret. See, and you see that it's actually pre-filling this thing. Why? Because of the name attribute added. If you remove that name attribute, it will not pre-fill. So if you want to even make it authentic more in your front end, you can add an attribute of autofill. For example, here on Z, I can come to my email here and add an attribute of autofill. Autocomplete, sorry, autocomplete. We even have autocorrect, autofocus, and all that. So autocorrect means it automatically, if you make a mistake in the spelling, to correct you. So you can do that. So, but I'm going to do autocomplete, and I need to say true. So that's it. So you can do it for all of them. So that when somebody types AB, you can get the person complete EL, right? So that's what we're saying. All right. So that's it on that. We're done with the login page. We're done with the sign up page, and want to do the forget password page, right? So to do that, it's simple. Sorry. Okay, to view password and hide password. We've done it in front end now. It's front end thing. I should do it. You can do it now. I'm sorry, I'm not nothing with confidence. Vera, you can do it now. Hide and show password. I should do it. All right, let me do it very quickly. Well, I'll just do one, but we're supposed to have fast stage. So I'll do it on the login, but of course you can copy the code and put it over. Yes. So to make the code reusable, I want to do it once so that I can reuse it in all my sign up everywhere. So to do that is simple. I'm going to come over here and all right, let me first of all create a file. So we're going to come over here and on the front end, I want to create a folder. Let's call it JavaScript because it's JavaScript. This is front end JavaScript. And inside here, I want to create a file. Let's call it script.js. I'll call it anything you want, of course. So to do that is simple. I'm going to let's assume we're using login first of all. So on the login page, This is where I want to link that script. So I need to say scripts. Sorry, SRC. You're coming off for SRC next time. SRC / JS. It's JS. That's all. And then you can see. And then where are we targeting? We are targeting. So we are targeting this password, right? We are targeting this password. So what I will do, I'll give this password an ID of. Let's give it an ID of password. Or PWD. PWD. Alright. So that's what we're going to be using to show and hide password. Very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of code, and we are done. So I'm going to come over here and say that const password, which is our password field. Let's say document dot query select. Let's just query selector, and then what we want to select is what, the ID of what, PWD. That's it. So from here, all we want to do is to add an event listener. Let's say pwd dot add an event. You can use event, you can use anything to add an event listener. What event do you want to listen for? Want to listen for. Okay, that's another thing. Let's add a button, right? Let's add a button beside that thing. So we can click on the button, or we should use icon. But getting icon now, should we use icon? Let's try icon. Let's try icon. What's the sign for I? That I icon. Just to make it in a way, or let's use span here. So inside span, we can get a HTML entity for I. Or let me try show. Shut down arrow. You know what? Let me just call it show. We can change the text so it will be show and hide. Let's do it like that. So what I want to do here is just make it a button. So I just say class of btn. Let's use soft text. Okay. So if we go back to our login page, it's too much. This should show and hide password. That's what it will do. It will show and hide password and hide password. So I want to make it a small button. So I'm going to say btn-sm to make it small. And I want to add small padding at the top. And let's say small margin at the top. I want to see if I can put them side by side. Can't I? I can do that, but let me leave it. You can try that on your own. So it should look smaller now. Let's see. It should look smaller. Yeah, it's smaller now. So we can just click it to show and hide password. So let's do the show and hide password now. So this let me give it an ID. I'll give it an ID of show. Okay. Save. So let's continue. We'll come over here. Let's grab that one. So we have an call it show btn. Okay. So it's going to be ID of show. So we've gotten two of them. So what I'm supposed to do actually is to use that show btn dot add event listener. So whenever it's clicked, and what I want to do is to check for a click. Whenever they click that particular thing, I'm going to use a callback function with my event parameter, and then I should be able to just come over here and say whenever they will click it, I want to check if. So the point is to check if the password is showing already. So if it's showing, we'll hide it. And if it's hidden, we show it. So you need to check if it's showing first. So we're going to say if password, so pwd dot oh my, don't tell you. Pwd dot the what? Attributes. You know, get attributes. It's not get attributes. Yeah, get attributes of attribute of what? Type, Abby. The way you if you're not encouraging me. Attribute of type if it's equals to what? So if the type of attributes of this password is password, so if it's password, yeah, if it is password, we'll change it to what? So if it's password, we say pwd dot set attribute. So we set the reset attribute of type. We set it to what? Test. So instead of sending it to password, change it to test. And vis-a-vis else, that should be correct. Alternate is, yeah. Okay. So push it down. That's all. Then if it is test already, so if it is password, we change it to test. And if it is test, that means if it is test, change it to password. That is it. So save. That should do the work. Yeah, no need to write it, but this one doesn't carry post. I think it's written. But if you have an error, of course, we check the error. I'm not even sure. So I just refresh this code. Boom. So if I click on show, yeah, it's showing the password. If you click on hide, it's hiding the password. Hide, show, hide. So it's working. So let me type a password. And then if I click on show, it shows the password hide. Now, what I want to do, I want this thing to be changing from show to hide. So it will, if it's hidden, it will say show, and if it's showing, it say hide. Doesn't make sense. Yes. So to do that is simple. We'll come over here and say button. So show btn dot inner HTML. It's not inner HTML. Inner HTML. Let it be equals to what? So if it is password, it means it's hidden. So we need to show it. So we now say, yeah, we say show. Otherwise, control alternate this. So you can push this one down. Otherwise, we just hide it. That's all. So if we come over here now and refresh, most of the refresh because we're using our own server, no longer live server. So if we refresh, if you click here now, it will show the pass dot inner show button dot inner HTML. It's in the opposite. This is hide. This is show. No. So it should be hide and it should be hide and show. Sorry about that. It should be hide and show actually. So yeah, it should not be saying show and hide. You see? So it's working. So if I say Vera is thinking of what I don't know, then I can hide it and I can show it. I can hide it. Show it. So that's what this, right? So let's go over to our code. We have done this now. So if you want to implement it for sign up, so if I click on, it should not be login. This should be sign up. Sorry. So this should be sign up. Don't have an account. You can say create account. If we refresh, you should have create account here. So if I click on create account, it will take me to the sign up page. Now, if I want to do that for here, it's not working. So if I want to do it here, it's very simple. All I need to do is to pick this button, this span, okay? Just pick this span, Control C, go to the sign up page very quickly. So on the sign up page, I want to just drop this button beside here, right? So drop it here. Yeah, that's it. And then finally, I want to add no, not there. So drop it here. This one is the main password, not confirm password. So I'm going to drop it here. And then what I want to do is on this one, I want to add an ID of what? What do we call it again? Show, Abby. ID of show. Show? No, just show. Let's refresh our page. It's working. Yeah, it's working. So click on show. Oh, my love. I don't get confused already. So it's now. So scripts, we need to link the JavaScript. Somebody is following me. Hallelujah. So script, save, and that should be it. So make sure we refresh, and every other thing should work fine. And it's still not working. Let's see if we have an error. Control Shift I. There is no error. There is no error. That's it. Huh? The code. Let's see. We gave it an idea of show. Oh, we'll fix that later. It's actually we're missing something, but I don't know what we're missing. This one is okay. Let me check again. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe because we use the ID. Should I use a class? We'll figure that later. Or let me change it to class, right? Let me change it to class. Okay. So here too has to be changed to class. So that two of them can work. I think that's it. Oh, sorry. I've seen the mistake already. This one is show. This is PW. Sorry, that's not the mistake. Let's go back to okay. This is the mistake. This ID of PWD. So it's not the ID of show. Where is it? So this is ID of PWD, and this ID of show. So that is why it didn't work. Sorry. So let's go over here and make sure we refresh again, and hopefully this time it should work. Yeah, it's working. So it's working for this. So one code, we're using to do two things, and it's working very fine. So that is it. Let's move on to let's go over here. Our server should still be running fine. Yeah, I've not done anything with the server. So that is it for our sign up page. Our sign up page is working. Our login page is working. And then let's do which other page? So close this. Forget password page. So let's look at forget password. So for forget, I want to copy. I don't want to waste time on that. And copy from here. In fact, copy every. It's not everything I'm supposed to copy. Let's see. Okay, not everything. So come over here and paste this. So these are forget password page. So make sure this forgot password. All right, so that's what we have. Come over here, I've pasted this already, so this should be forgot password. Forgot password form. This will be taking us to here. Let's just call it forgot. Yeah, slash forgot. That's what we have. You see the post method. And then when you forget your password, what do? We'll ask you to enter your email. When you enter your email, we'll send you what? OTP. Abby? And if you agree with us, Abby, or can say here, remember password, or I don't know, or try again. You can say try login again. Then we'll tell them to login page. This is just a simple UI UX approach. So tell them to the login page. That's also here. Again, we'll say login. This side is the same when we get to the bone. So that is it. Make sure that we have the email, still have the email, and this. So let's go to the backend and create the route for this page. We're going to create the get route and the post route. It's not three. So the get route is the route that will show us this page, and the post route is the route that will receive data from this page. So let's go on and come over here and not here, the backend. So from the backend, you go to index.js. Remember, the front end and the backend are not the same thing. So here, after login, so I want to come over here. So this route will be for forgotten password. And we can have different measures to redeem the password. You can use OTP, SMS, you can use email, you can use cash, you can use remember last password, you can use security questions. What else? You can even use biometrics. Anything you want to use is possible. You can use biometrics, use fingerprints on your phone or device. Yeah, you can do that. You can even use face recognition system. Yeah, that's other thing. So let's say app dot get. The first thing we want to get is what? Slash forgot. Forget. Is it forgot? Let's call it forgot, right? So we have what? Request. I'm happy we have conquered this side now. What am I using? Because I want to serve the page first. I want to serve the page. So here I'm going to say rest dot send file. Whoa, not status file. So the file I want to send is part, but let me copy that thing. I don't have to repeat myself. Control C. So I want to serve this page. So the page you want to serve is forget what? Forgot pwd. Forgot, look at it, forgot pwd.html. That's what we are serving there. And lastly, want to copy. In fact, I don't want to copy anything. We just have to say dot post. So the post route. So whenever they send their email, is going to receive the email. So here, we want to say slash forgot again, comma. Let's say request response. And what we want to do is to say I think after creating this inclusion, we'll stop there so that we can carry other people along. You know, because this is like assignment. I'm doing the correction to the assignment. So what we can do here is rest dot what? Rest dot do what? Eh? That's it. Rest dot essence. No, the rest dot what? Send file for what? Why are we sending file? We are in the post route. It's in the get route that we send file. We receive, right? So rest dot body. So from the rest dot body, we can extract the email using the structure, object destructuring. Is it not true? I receive the email from there. Yeah. So that is it. So we can actually return this email by saying rest dot send. No, let's send Jensen. So let's say rest dot Jensen, and then in the Jensen, we can just add our payload. So I say payload is the email, and then we can say is error false. So that's it. You can do something like this and save. So we're able to capture that and can this is request, sorry, this request. Yeah, this request. We're going to be using there are some different things you can use to send OTP. You understand? We're going to connect it here, then use it as send message. Message will enter your content like that thing. So there are different methods we're going to use. I don't know the one that will be easy for us to use, but you need to go there, create account. We have an SMS Blastgate, we have a smartsmssolutions.com. This is I used to send bulk SMS to people. Anything that can send bulk SMS can be used to do this. All you need to do is to get their documentation, go to their API, connect your app to their API, then you can send message to anybody in the world. Even foreign numbers can receive OTP in their phone. Very simple. And the code is also very simple to implement. But we're using some middleware and some things. So the middleware is the concept I treated last time. But like I told us that time, that we're going to treat more on middleware because we're using it almost every day, right? So that is what we have there. So we've been able to do this on the profile. So here, this is the last page. On the profile, we're not doing much on the profile. The only thing we want to do is, let me just call it dashboard because this is our dashboard. We're going to be designing a dashboard. You are going to design, go to YouTube, look for a video by Traversy Media. A video by Traversy Media. His name is Brad. Brad Traversy. This video is old. It should be about, when I watched the video, it should be around, I don't know if it's up to 10 years, 7 years or so. So Traversy Media is the name of the channel. The guy that is Traversy, the guy that is owning the channel, the man, is a man, Traversy Media. So look for Bootstrap dashboard. You post this thing online. This is an assignment. It is compulsory. Everybody must do it. Download the video in your phone. Do this dashboard. That's what we'll be using. Do you know the why? This is what I'm saying is because this dashboard now, we're going to be using it even in PHP to fetch data. You know what I mean by dashboard? You change your profile code, your profile picture, if you want to change your username, if you want to change password, if you want to upload picture, if you want to do all those things you can do on Facebook, like, share, all those things. It's inside the dashboard already. So the reason why I want us to do, I don't want us to come to class and be designing it. It's going to take even 2 days before I finish the design. So it's better to carry that one when you don't do anything. You understand? Just go there, watch the video. As he's coding, you follow him and be coding it. It's not hard. I don't know if he has the code, but if he has the code, you can pull the code too. I don't know. Then another secret is you can actually go to GitHub. Apart from this, you can go to his GitHub account, and check if you can see the code there. You might actually see there the Bootstrap dashboard code and pull the code from there, and then run it in your system. Make sure it's running fine. So if you run it in your system, you have a dashboard. You see the very beautiful dashboard. You're going to see the dashboard I have. There are other dashboards that are very okay. The one we use Chat.js. There's an app called this thing called Chat.js. Is like React. That's what people use in building dashboard. This dashboard has what called analytics. That's where you see graph. You see all those graphs, you see all those pie charts. you can interact with them. So they have that. That's what you use for that. Having said all that, we're going to be I'm going to be using that dashboard. That's what I'll put here. In the next class, if you come, you're going to see my own code inside here. My own dashboard code inside here. That's what we have. Now let's talk about in a few minutes, just in 5 minutes. Let me just wrap it up. Because what I wanted to talk about today is middleware and all that. So now I want to show us what we are doing. We are building an app. Okay. This app is a full functional app. What this app is going to be doing is that it's going to be help you to manage your profile. It's like a about me page, but it's going to be looking sharper than that. So we're going to have the login, the sign up, all of them will be working. Forget password will be working. What does I have there? The profile page, which is the dashboard, will be working too. We'll do the validation, everything. So it will be functional. And we're going to host it online. You host your own, everybody have your own. It will be inside your phone. And that dashboard is responsive too. You know that this code I've written is very responsive. It's built in the smaller because I use Bootstrap. So automatically it's responsive. So that's why I'm using Bootstrap. And that's why I encourage you to write Bootstrap. See, very simple. But I think I'm using CSS now, but not the right code since. So that is why we're doing all of that. Okay. So having said all of that, let me stop this record.